Please join me in welcoming Jason.
I'm just going to stand here because I don't like holding things.
Because you don't like what?
Holding things. I don't like holding a microphone. I feel like I'm on TV or something. I don't know. Well, thank you guys for having me today. Really appreciate it. I've had so much fun talking with many of you, meeting you, and learning about what you do. And that lunch was really good too. So really appreciate the opportunity. What I want to talk about today a little bit first is who we are. Just a few of our accolades and things up there. Our Workplace Excellence Awards, Best Place to Work, Eco Leadership Awards. Some of the things that we're really most proud of. Our Microsoft Partnership obviously is the reason that we're here. Our Inc. 5000 Awards. They basically just show you that we've been around for a long time, and we are very active in the community and in the area. A little bit about me. I've been doing this for a long time as well. I've been certified since 1998. I'm going to look backwards here. Carol read my bio, so all that stuff is probably pretty similar to what she read, so we can skip past that as well. And let's just talk about what we're here to talk about. Really quickly, how many of you all are using Windows 7 right now? That's pretty good. I gave this a very similar presentation about 3 months ago, and nobody raised their hand. So I'm happy to see some Windows 7 users in the room. How about Office 2010? Anybody using Office 2010? No? Okay, excellent. Well, that is the newest version. It's been on for a while. And we're going to see some demos of that today and some of the features in there. What I really want to talk about today is obviously Windows 7, then Office 2010, and then some IT strategy discussion. I've got about 20 minutes. I've already used, 3 or 4 of those, so I'm going to try to keep on time here today. I've got some videos in there to kind of keep things a little bit more lively. Hopefully the sound check is going to work out okay and we can hear it. And with that, let's just get right into this. Windows 7, there's a lot of reasons to upgrade. How many of you are using Windows XP today? How many of you know when Windows XP first came out? 10. Now think about the internet 10 years ago and the internet today. How different is that? A very quick sidebar, today is actually my 10th wedding anniversary. And I put on my Facebook page, 10 years ago we had no Facebook, we had no iPhone. And it's just, when you think about how things have changed since then, how can Windows XP keep up and keep you safe? How is Windows XP supposed to keep you productive with everything that's happened? It can't, and there's a few reasons I'm going to show you today. The first one is compatibility. The biggest reason people don't change and are afraid to change is compatibility. That fear is gone. You can see from this image up here that you can tell the application to run in whatever version of Windows that you came off of previously. And 99% of the time, that fixes everything, all the problems that you might be having. And if it doesn't, there's even more things built on top of Windows 7 that you can do to help. But that fixes most problems right there. My favorite one is the problem steps recorder. And I'm going to take this out of context of computers for a minute. Think about your car. How many of you have ever had a problem with your car and you take it to the shop and it doesn't do it? Now, how many of you have had that on your computer? You get your IT guy there and you show and it works. Frustrating, miserably frustrating. It happens to me all the time. You can't reproduce something and you need to. The problem steps recorder records it. You start the problem steps recorder, you hit start record, and then you do whatever you do that makes the error happen. It records your keystrokes, it records screenshots, it records mouse clicks. You can then take a file that it creates for you and send that to your IT guy and say, here, this is what it does. And they can replay it, they can know exactly what's happening, and they can know how to fix it. That is a huge, huge benefit of Windows 7. Security. How many of you have used Vista? Anybody? You get that pop-up all the time asking you for a password. It drives you kind of insane, so you turn it off. Well, we don't like you to turn it off because that pop-up does do something valuable. But what they've been able to do is when Windows 7 is streamline that a bit and reduce those pop-ups by about 35%. So it only comes up now when it really needs to be coming up, and it really does keep you more secure so you don't just go turn it off. Jump lists are one of my favorite things as well. But what you can do is in the taskbar, sorry, I usually do this as a demo, but with 20 minutes, I don't really have time to demo everything. You can right-click on an icon in your taskbar, so you know where it has on the bottom of the start menu of the active application, and you can do things on it. If you right-click on Outlook, for example, you can make a new meeting request, a new appointment, a new mail message. If you right-click on Word, you can see your list of recently opened Word documents, or even just create a new blank document. Internet Explorer will show you the history of the pages you've been to, and you can pick one of those previous pages. So there's jump lists, again, save time. Say you've got 14 windows open, because we all have 14 windows open, right? And you need to get to Outlook. You've got to find Outlook, and then you've got to go to the calendar and then open up a meeting request. You can do that with 2 clicks now. And that, I know, saves me time, and that's a huge productivity gain. Which one is this? No, this is the new thumbnails. This one is great as well. Now, when you hover over those icons in that start menu bar again, you're not wondering which window that is, because you can look and see in that real-time preview. One of those things in there is a video. You can actually watch the video in that little thumbnail preview and see whatever it is that you're doing. Again, it seems like a neat little nifty desktop thing, but what it really gives you is it saves you time. You're not clicking on 6 different windows and wasting 3 minutes trying to find that page times, what, 25 times a day when that happens? Well, now you're getting some of your day back and you're taking control of your computer. The last one I have for you is Peek and Shake. Peek allows you to just kind of hide all the active windows on your computer and just see what's going on your desktop. So you have those gadgets there. Let's say you want to know what the weather is because you're going to walk outside and not a window. You can just kind of quickly hide everything by moving your mouse over a certain part of your screen, and everything comes to the, and it just hides everything. You see there's outlines there on that one's image. Shake allows you to close everything but the active window that you're shaking. So if you click the mouse and you shake on the window, all the windows that you have open behind it minimize. And you have your desktop in front of you, so you can find that picture, find that image, find out whatever you need to find, put it in your current document, and then shake it again. Everything comes back up behind it now, just the way that it was before. So I know personally, I drive my wife insane when I touch her computer, because she's got this Mac and when it reboots it, always has 4,000 windows open, and I just go minimizing things, trying to find what I'm looking for. That saves that problem. I've got a quick, does one more come up? Oh, and then there's some improved tools as well, the calculator. I'd like to show this off because they've got more functions in there than they ever had before. You can calculate your mortgage, vehicle lease, fuel economy, things like that you'd go to Google or Bing and you type in, I need a mortgage calculator, and you can go to a web page and maybe it's the one that you want or maybe it's not the one that you want. But they've got some of these tools built in. And all these basic Windows applications that have always been with Windows have improvements like this. And they really make it a lot easier because they get that you're not going to work and just doing work all day long. And they get that the environment has changed and you're doing more things as you're working. Instead of a demo, I have a story that's going to play on me now. I thought who better to tell you than one of my customers, she worked with Microsoft, to put this video together.
The U.S. and South Korea. The issues that we cover include economics, politics, foreign affairs, as well as a variety of sectoral issues, as well as produce a lot of research products like reports, newsletters, and the like.
About 2 months ago, we decided to revamp our entire computer system, and in doing so, we went for the newest edition of the Windows operating system, which was the Windows 7 Professional. Our work didn't stop. It couldn't afford to take a breather between operating systems, and so the ability to come into work one day and be on Windows XP, and then go home, come back the next morning, start on a new computer, new operating system, and not even notice, I think that was really, really beneficial to us.
When we transitioned, and the people bringing in my new computer asked me to step outside for a second, I was pretty paranoid, but 10 minutes later, I was back at my desk working. In my job here at KI, I have to multitask quite a bit. I would say I answer no less than 60 to 100 emails a day. The new features with Windows 7, first of all, I love their names. I love to snap, peek, snip, and shake things because I am a shortcut key kind of person.
Here at Korea Economic Institute, we have our own conference facility, and so we enjoy the capability to invite guest speakers from all over the place to come and give lectures. We have panel discussions. Now with presentation mode, we find that presentations are much cleaner. we were able to rifle through pages on this large screen and not worry about timestamps or alert messages. I can tell you firsthand that it's made a world of difference in terms of professionalism and our ability to really put our best foot forward in all of these events. I found that I discovered a lot of the new aspects of Windows 7 Professional on my own. We held a Windows 7 tutorial a few weeks later, but by that point I had already discovered a lot of the different capabilities of the new system. I especially love the ability to manipulate the taskbar. I often have many windows up at the same time. I'm juggling a lot of different tasks at once. Sometimes I'm referring from one window to the next. And so it's really important to me to be able to arrange the windows as I like and often be looking at several things at the same time. In addition, it's incredibly helpful for efficiency's sake and also for the sake of sanity.
One of my favorite features of Windows 7 Professional is that I can take my computer anywhere. I can be here in Washington, D.C., or in Seoul, or maybe even Cleveland, Ohio, and my computer, my laptop, knows where I am because it can automatically sync up with all the networks and all the printers, as well as the resource drives that I use.
The new search function alone has saved me at least an hour a day. We have so much going on at the same time. Events, publications, files, posters, book covers. So having the instant search function, getting to the file that I need within a single step has saved me over an hour a day. Now that I've been using Windows 7 Professional for a while, I couldn't go back. How can you go back? How can you go back to being slower?
So that's an actual customer of ours that Microsoft heard about a Windows 7 complete Office conversion we did for them, and they wanted to come in and do a complete case study. That was live on Microsoft.com/smallbusiness for quite a while. They've since cycled into something else, but you can see right through the benefits they were able to receive from changing their entire Office over to Windows 7. So there's a lot of powerful stuff back there, stuff in that software. Moving on to Microsoft Office, I've got 5 very quick reasons to upgrade. The first one is Outlook. If you're still using Outlook 2003, you are missing out. There's so many new features, so many more customizations, power with the calendars, conversation view to help you sort through the hundreds of emails that we all get and keep track of it all. Outlook alone is worth the price of the software, in my opinion. And the next thing I've got on there is Excel Spark Lines, which is a little mini graph in a cell. You can do a bar graph, a line graph, or a win-loss analysis in a cell right next to your chart. So instead of having this page of your chart and this page of your graph and all these things, you can very quickly see on an individual level for each row or column how your numbers are changing, how things are updating. PowerPoint transitions. If you've noticed, every single one of these slides has a different transition on it. They've got about 47 different new transitions, so you don't just have that plain, boring slide. I'm really not usually this kind of crazy with transitions. I feel like I'm a kid with a color printer for the first time, and I got to use every color that you can print. But I'm doing that for the effect. It's really on purpose. Backstage. Backstage is kind of the new file menu. If you're familiar with any of the most recent versions of Office, you've seen the ribbon and how they've changed things on the top. That file, insert, view, print, all those menus are gone. But they've kept the file menu and they call it Backstage, so you can really manage what's going on behind the document a lot better. Some of the author information, things like that. The best feature in there is the printing. If any of you have ever tried to print, duplex with the sheet on this side and only these certain pages, you got to dig into those printer properties sometime and really find it and dig for it. Well, they've moved all that and put it right there, right in front of you on the main print window. So if you want to print in duplex or not in print in duplex, you just change it right there with a click of the mouse and you're done. No hunting, no pecking. And then image editing in Word. You might have seen in that last video that there's a capability now to grab a piece of the screen